Beloved, I have been waiting for this exact moment to speak into your life. What I'm about to say isn't ordinary. These are words from heaven meant to shift whatever has been stuck, painful, or disappointing in your story. Before another second passes, I want you to know something simple and deep. I see you. I see exactly where you are right now. I know the private battles you fight, the tears you've wiped away when nobody was looking, the fears that visit you in quiet moments when distractions fall away and you're left alone with your thoughts. Pause the video for a moment. Place your hand over your heart and take 3 slow breaths with me. Feel that? Hold that space. You didn't find this message by accident. There are no coincidences in the ways I work. Everything that led you here, the video suggestion, the restless thumb that kept scrolling, the curiosity that made you click, the ache in your spirit that made you stay, was part of drawing you into this moment. I brought you here because there's something you need to hear, something that can change the direction of your life. Don't leave before you hear it. I know why you're here. I know what you've been carrying. I know the heaviness on your chest the moment you open your eyes. I know the anxiety that curls around your thoughts like chains you can't break. I know the voice that whispers you're running out of time, running out of options, running out of hope. You've been fighting battles nobody else sees. You've been keeping yourself together while everything inside feels like falling apart. You've worn a mask that says you're fine when the truth is you're barely holding on. You wake up tired even after sleep. You gotta be anxious even after a good day. You smile in public while breaking in private. You encourage others while your own heart needs encouragement. You've become an expert at hiding pain, at maintaining an image, at keeping up appearances. I see through it all. I see the real you, not the version you show the world, not the polished facade on social media, not the strong front at family gatherings. I see the person behind the mask, the one exhausted from pretending, tired of performing, longing simply to be known, seen, loved without earning it. Hear this, because it will shift everything. You are known, completely known. There isn't a single thought in your mind I don't notice, not a single fear I haven't seen, not a single tear I haven't collected. Not a single moment of your life has ever slipped past my full attention. You are seen, not casually noticed, not observed from a distance, but truly seen. Seen with eyes that understand, seen with a gaze that doesn't judge, seen with attention that doesn't waver or move on when something more interesting shows up. Whisper to yourself right now, I am seen. Say it quietly or out loud. Hear it, receive it. And you are loved deeply and unconditionally, not because of what you do or how well you manage your life, not because you're good enough or strong enough or spiritual enough. You are loved because love is who I am, and you belong to me. You didn't earn this love. You can't lose it. It doesn't depend on performance, behavior, or consistency. This love is a fixed reality that existed before you were born and will remain after your last breath. I don't abandon what belongs to me. I don't give up on my children. I don't withdraw my presence when you fail. I have always been with you. I am with you now. I will always be with you. Nothing can separate you from this love, not fear, failure, shame, sin, distance, doubt, depression, not even death itself. You are mine, and I will never let you go. If you felt invisible, like your voice doesn't matter or your presence makes no difference, know this, that feeling is a lie. It's a strategic lie planted to stop you from stepping into the identity and influence you actually carry. You are not insignificant. You are not ordinary. You are not replaceable. You are not a random accident. You are a carrier of divine presence, a vessel of glory, an ambassador of heaven on earth. Wherever you go, I go. Where you speak, I speak. Where you stand, I stand. When you enter a room, the atmosphere shifts because I am with you. When you open your mouth, your words have weight because I speak through you. When you reach out in kindness, healing flows because my power moves through your hands. You are not alone. You never have been, and you never will be. There's something you've been praying about for a long time, something you've brought again and again. Each prayer left you wondering if I was listening, if I cared, if this one prayer might be left unanswered. Maybe you've started to doubt whether your cries even reach me. Let me settle that now. I have heard every single word, every tearful whisper in the dark, every desperate plea when your back hit the wall, every quiet groan too deep for words. Every prayer spoken out loud, and every prayer that never made it past your thoughts. I have collected your tears in a bottle. I have written your prayers in my book, and I have been working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see, aligning people, resources, timing, and circumstances in ways only I can do. Your answer is on the way, and it's coming soon. Not in some distant, vague someday. Soon, the pieces are being moved into place right now. Doors are unlocking as you hear these words. People are being positioned at this very moment. Resources are being rerouted toward you in ways that will become visible soon. I have not forgotten your prayer. I have not ignored your request. I have not moved on. I am intimately involved in every detail of your situation, and the breakthrough you've been waiting for is closer than you think. Grab a pen or open a note app now. Write down one specific thing you're believing God for. Put one clear sentence, I believe for. Keep that where you'll see it every day. But before the breakthrough unfolds, I need to address something that's been blocking it. Something creating distance between us and choking the flow of blessing into your life. There is unforgiveness in your heart. Someone hurt you, betrayed you, abandoned you, rejected you, wounded you. Maybe it was recent. Maybe it was years ago. Maybe it was the parent who should have protected you, or the spouse who vowed love and instead betrayed, a friend who abandoned you, a leader who manipulated, or someone whose careless neglect left damage you still feel. Whoever it was, you've held on to that pain like a weapon, believing your anger protects you from being hurt again. You think bitterness is a shield, that refusing to forgive gives you power or control. But it doesn't work that way. Unforgiveness does not protect you. It poisons you. It doesn't give you power over the person who hurt you. It gives them power over you. It keeps you chained to them, forces you to carry them everywhere you go. They live rent-free in your mind, taking space that should belong to peace, joy, and freedom. Each time you replay what they did, you give them permission to hurt you again. Each imagined speech you never said hands them the blade to wound you once more. Each desire for the justice you long for ties you tighter to the offense. As long as you clutch bitterness, you cannot walk into the freedom I have for you. You cannot receive the blessing I'm trying to release. You cannot experience the breakthrough I want to give. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It destroys you while leaving them untouched. Forgiveness is not about excusing or pretending the offense didn't happen. It's not about saying their behavior was okay or putting yourself in harm's way again. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the prison of resentment. It's choosing freedom over bitterness. It's taking back the power you handed away when you let the hurt define your identity. I'm asking you right now, before you hear another word, to let it go. Open your hand, release them into my justice. Trust that I will do what you cannot because I am a righteous judge. I see what happened. I know the damage. I understand the pain. I will deal with it in my way and timing. But you need to be free, and freedom begins with forgiveness. I know it feels impossible. I know everything in you wants to hold on. You've built identity around the wound. You've crafted a narrative where the offense becomes part of who you are. Letting go feels like losing a piece of yourself. But what you'll lose is the part that's been killing you. The part that drains your energy, steals your joy, and stops you from moving forward. So trust me. Take a breath now. Let it out slowly. Picture the face of the person who hurt you. You know who it is. Say their name in your heart and then say these words, either out loud or quietly. I forgive you. Not because they deserve it, not because it was okay, but because you deserve to be free. Release them to God's justice. Let go of the right to punish them. Cancel the debt you've held over them. Choose freedom. Choose peace. Choose to let this go. Do it now. Say their name and speak, I forgive you. If you can, say it out loud. If not, whisper it in the silence. Let the words move through you. I give you the strength to do what you can't do alone. I extend grace that empowers you to loosen your grip. I touch the place in your heart hardened by hurt and soften it with love. Forgive them now. Let them go. As you do, feel something break. A weight lifts, tension leaves your shoulders, a knot in your stomach unthreads. Heaviness rolls away. Right now you are freer than you were 5 minutes ago. That freedom will increase the more you practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, but a repeated choice. Each time a memory resurfaces and you're tempted to pick up the offense again, choose forgiveness. Each time you do, you'll feel lighter, stronger, more whole. More like the person I created you to be before the wound reshaped you. This is how healing works. Layer by layer, choice by choice, moment by moment. I walk with you through every step. I'm not handing you a formula and leaving. I'm wrapping my arms around you, giving you the strength to release the crushing weight. And as you let go, you'll discover something beautiful. The forgiveness you extend to others opens a door to the grace you need for yourself. You've been living under condemnation too, punishing yourself for mistakes, replaying offenses in your head, convinced you're beyond mercy. Every time you hold on to bitterness toward someone else, you reinforce the lie that you don't deserve forgiveness. But when you offer mercy, you position yourself to receive mercy. When you release others, you are released. When you drop judgment, you step out from under the judgment that has been pressing you down. So hear me clearly about the shame you carry and the condemnation that whispers you're disqualified. You are not disqualified. You are not beyond hope. You are not past restoration. You are not too broken to be fixed, too stained to be clean, or too far gone to come back. I specialize in redemption. I take broken things and make them beautiful. I restore what was lost. I bring back to life what seemed dead. That's who I am, and I'm doing it in you right now. Every mistake you made, I can redeem. Every wrong turn, I can use. Every failure that haunts you, I can turn into a testimony that frees others. Nothing in your past disqualifies you from my future. Nothing you've done changes my love. Nothing you failed at alters my plan. I'm not surprised by your sin. I'm not shocked by your weakness. I'm not disappointed by your humanity. I knew every mistake you'd make before you were born. And he chose you anyway, as though every failure in advance, and still called you mine. I watched your whole story from start to finish and still declared you worth dying for. So stop replaying failures on a loop. Stop punishing yourself for what I've already forgiven. Stop disqualifying yourself from doors I'm trying to open. Stop walking like you're guilty when I've declared you're righteous. Stop keeping your head down when I've called you chosen. You are not your past, your worst moment, or the sum of your mistakes. You are my child, beloved, chosen, treasured. I've declared you righteous, holy, blameless, and loved. Not because of what you did, but because of what my Son did for you. He took your sin, carried your shame to the cross, absorbed the punishment you deserved, and paid the debt you couldn't. When he said, "It is finished," it was finished. The transaction is complete. The record is cleared. The debt is canceled. You are free. Completely, totally, utterly free. Live like it. Walk with your head up, not because you're perfect, but because you're loved. Speak with authority, not because you never fail, but because you're forgiven. Move with confidence, not because you have it all together, but because I'm with you. Stop shrinking back in rooms where you belong. Stop apologizing for taking up the space I assigned to you. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable when I called you to shine. Stop playing small when I designed you for significance. Stop hiding your gifts when I gave them to you to use. Stop silencing your voice when I've given you words that need to be heard. You are not too much, too loud, too intense, or too broken. You are exactly who I created you to be, and the world needs your fullness, not a reduced version, not a smaller role, not a safer copy. The world needs you alive, full volume, whole. And right now, as you listen, something is shifting in the unseen chains that held you captive, are breaking. Lies that defined your identity are being exposed. Agreements built on shame are being canceled. Labels placed on you are being removed. Limitations imposed on you are being shattered. A new reality is being established. You are not who you were when you started listening. Something has changed. Something has opened. You've been set free in ways you don't yet fully understand. In the coming days, you'll notice differences. You'll feel lighter, think more clearly, see possibilities where you saw obstacles, sense peace where anxiety lived, walk with confidence where insecurity used to rule, and speak with authority where timidity once silenced you. Freedom is not only a theology, it's a lived reality, and you're stepping into it right now. Let me paint your future with clarity. I don't see the broken version you see in the mirror or the limited picture others tried to sell you. I see who you're becoming, the person I always knew you would be. I see you standing in peace you can't imagine. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing. Super thanks. From $50 to $100. I see you walking in freedom that feels new. I see you operating in authority that seems impossible from where you are now. I see your words carrying weight, your decisions made with confidence, your influence shifting atmospheres. I see you healed, whole, free, fully alive, walking in the fullness of your identity and purpose. Every step of obedience, every time you choose trust over fear, every act of faith instead of retreat toward doubt, you move closer to that person. The gap between where you are and where you're going is not as wide as it seems. I'm accelerating the process. Things that used to take years will happen in months. Growth that once required decades will occur in seasons. Transformation that felt like a lifetime will happen in moments because I am a God of sudden. You are stepping into your sudden season. There's a dream inside you've been afraid to name, a vision of what your life could be, a picture of who you might become. You had that dream when you were young. It excited you, drove you, filled you with hope. But then life happened. Doors closed, people disappointed, circumstances didn't align, opportunities slipped away, and you buried the dream. You called it unrealistic, foolish, or naive. You decided it was safer to stop hoping than risk disappointment again. So you settled. You lowered expectations and redefined success in smaller terms. You learned to live with a smaller life, convincing yourself you were content when you were actually resigned. There's a difference between contentment and resignation. Contentment is peace in the present. Resignation is giving up on the future. Contentment says, I'm grateful for where I am. Resignation says, I've given up on what I could be. What you've called contentment is actually resignation dressed as maturity. But I never forgot that dream. I planted it. It wasn't wishful thinking or naive fantasy. It was a seed of destiny, a blueprint of purpose, a glimpse of what you were made to do. Even when you buried it, it grew underground. Roots spread in the dark. Foundations formed beneath the surface. Strength built in hidden places. And now, in this season, that dream is breaking through the soil. You will notice signs soon. A conversation that reignites vision, an opportunity appearing out of nowhere, a door opening when you weren't even knocking, a person who breathes life into the dream you thought dead, a moment of clarity that brings everything into focus. Don't dismiss it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't let fear, doubt, or other people's opinions keep you from stepping toward what I've prepared. This moment is the one I've been preparing you for. This door has been held open. This invitation has been extended. If you trust me and walk through, you'll enter a season beyond anything you could have planned or manufactured on your own. If a part of you is stirring right now, do one small brave thing. Send a message to someone who believes in you. I'm ready. Take that small step now. One thing to know, the dream I'm resurrecting might not look exactly like the picture you saved in your mind. It will be better. Your vision was limited by natural sight. Mine is shaped by eternal perspective. You were thinking of success. I'm thinking of significance. You were thinking of comfort. I'm thinking of impact. You were thinking about your life. I'm thinking about generations. You were thinking about what would make you happy. I'm thinking about what will bring lasting fulfillment. You were thinking about what you want. I'm thinking about what you truly need. What I have planned is greater than what you planned for yourself, and more lasting than anything you could build alone. So when the dream unfolds, don't be surprised if it looks different. Don't be disappointed if it doesn't match each detail you pictured. Trust me. Trust that I know what I'm doing. Trust that my plan is better than yours, that my timing is perfect, and that my way is higher than yours. I'm not interested only in temporary happiness, but in eternal fruitfulness. I love you too much to give you what you want when what you truly need is something greater. Now I want to be specific about what's coming. Concrete things you'll recognize when they arrive, not vague promises that could apply to anyone. In your health, things doctors called permanent are being reversed. Organs that have been failing are being touched. Systems breaking down are being restored. Damage from years ago is being repaired. Places of chronic pain are getting relief. Imbalances that caused long-term symptoms are being corrected. Strength is returning to weak areas. You'll wake up one morning and notice a symptom gone, pain disappeared, energy restored, strength returning. This isn't wishful thinking or empty positive talk. This is a prophetic declaration backed by power. Healing is being released into you now. Restoration is beginning at a cellular level, and in days and weeks, you'll have tangible evidence that healing came. In your finances, crushing debts are about to be removed, not by frantic striving, not by exhausting yourself with extra jobs at the expense of your family and health, but by supernatural provision. Expect unexpected checks, forgiven debts, opportunities that pay more than you imagined, gifts from people prompted to help, settlements you didn't foresee, refunds you forgot about, doors opening in industries you hadn't considered. Resources are being redirected to you now. People with means are being prompted to sow into your life. Organizations with budgets are being positioned to bless you. Hidden opportunities are being revealed. Locked doors are opening. You'll see a dramatic shift in your finances, not because you manipulated it, tried a formula, or got lucky, but because I am your provider. All the wealth in the world belongs to me, and I'm more than able to meet your legitimate needs. I'm opening streams and orchestrating provision that will look miraculous. In your relationships, distance is closing, hardened hearts are softening, walls are coming down, communication that was shut is opening, misunderstandings that caused division are being clarified, offenses that separated are being forgiven, pain that kept you distant is being healed, conversations that lead to restoration are being arranged, encounters that lead to reconciliation are being positioned. I'm softening hearts and opening eyes to healing. I'm speaking to the people you love in ways they can hear even when you don't see evidence yet. Relationships you thought dead are coming back to life. Connections that seem broken beyond repair are being restored. New, healthy, life-giving people are entering your life. People who see you, value you, appreciate you, go in the same direction as you, and will walk with you, pray with you, fight for you, and celebrate with you. You won't be isolated or alone. I'm bringing the people assigned to your destiny, aligned with your purpose, anointed for your season. In your purpose, clarity is coming. The confusion clouding your vision is lifting. The fog hiding your path is clearing. The uncertainty that froze your decisions is being replaced by confidence. You will understand what you were created to do, not in vague terms, but with clear, actionable direction. You'll know the next steps, the doors to walk through, what to say yes to and what to refuse, who to connect with and who to distance from, what to focus on and what to release. The path is being illuminated. The wandering ends, the drifting stops, the uncertainty is replaced by clarity. When clarity comes, you'll move with decisiveness, boldness, and conviction. You'll know beyond doubt that you're on the right path, aligned with purpose, and positioned for breakthrough. In your mind, tormenting thoughts are being silenced, anxious patterns are breaking, depressive cycles are interrupted, obsessive loops are dismantled. Peace you haven't felt in years is flooding your mental space now. You'll sleep without racing thoughts. You'll rest without anxiety stealing peace. You'll think clearly without confusion clouding decisions. You'll focus without being pulled in 1,000 directions. Your mind is being renewed. Old patterns are replaced. Toxic thought cycles are broken. Lies you believed for years are being exposed, and driven out truth is taking root deep in your consciousness. You will think differently, see differently, process differently, and respond differently because you are being given a renewed mind. You'll experience mental and emotional health you haven't known in a very long time. These aren't hopeful wishes or vague possibilities. They are declarations of what is already moving in the unseen realm, and they will show up in your physical reality sooner than you think. Watch for them, expect them, position yourself to receive them. And when they come, when healing manifests, provision arrives, relationships restore, clarity surfaces, peace settles. Give glory. Tell others what happened. Share your story. Let your life be evidence that I am real, active, involved, moving in power, answering prayer, performing miracles, and keeping promises. If this is speaking to you, take one action right now. Share this message with someone who needs hope. Send it, text it, or tell them about it. Be the bridge. Now about time. You may feel like you're running out, behind schedule, past your window, your best years gone. You compare where you are to where you thought you'd be, and the gap feels unbearable. You watch younger people accomplish what you dreamed of. You see people who started later finishing before you. You watch others with less experience get opportunities you've chased for years, and you ask, what's wrong with me? Why am I stuck? Hear me. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not past your season. You are exactly where I need you to be right now. The timelines you made in your head were based on human logic and cultural pressure. My timeline is based on eternal purpose and divine strategy tailored to you. I don't measure life in years. I measure it in impact. I don't calculate success by speed. I calculate fruitfulness by how deeply rooted you are when harvest arrives. Sometimes the greatest impact requires the longest preparation. The highest authority often comes after the deepest training. You haven't been delayed, you've been developed. You haven't been sidelined, you've been prepared. You haven't been forgotten, you've been refined. Remember the stories. David was anointed young but didn't sit on the throne until 30. Was he late? No, he was prepared. Joseph dreamed big at 17 but didn't lead until 30. Was he behind? No, he was positioned. Moses was called as a young man but led at 80. Too old? No, finally ready. Abraham received a promise at 75. Isaac at 100. Delayed? No, on time. God's time. My timing is always perfect. I know the preparation felt long and hard. I know you wondered if it would end, or if I forgot you. You've been tempted to believe the promise died. The dream was fantasy. Hope misplaced. None of that is true. I haven't forgotten. The promise isn't dead. The dream is alive. Your hope is not misplaced. I've been working the whole time. Every delay was development. Every closed door was protection. Every setback was setup. Every loss was positioning. Every painful season was preparation. Nothing was wasted, random, or meaningless. Everything you went through was part of the process, getting you ready for what I'm about to release. And now the preparation is nearly complete. Waiting is nearly over. The development season is closing. You're about to step into acceleration. Things that used to take years will take months. Doors that required striving will swing open. Favor you chased will chase you. Opportunities that passed you by will pursue you. This is your season. If this message landed with you, I want to give you 3 simple next steps. Practical ways to steward what's happening. First, forgive. If someone's name rose in your mind while you listened, release them now. Say out loud or in your heart, "I forgive you," and let God's justice handle the rest. Second, say yes to the next thing you believe God is asking of you. One small step of obedience, even if it feels risky. Third, tell someone what God is doing for you. Testimony breathes faith into your future and opens doors for others. If this touched you, do one simple thing: pause, breathe, and receive. Then, if you want to keep walking in this freedom, like share or subscribe so these declarations keep coming to you. Tell someone you trust what happened in your heart when you listened. Pray, write down what you heard, and expect the small signs to show up. An unusual conversation, a check, a restored relationship, a new clarity. Watch for them and give the glory when they come. If you're watching this online, type Amen in the comments and tag one person who needs to hear this today. Let your one word invite others into hope. You are seen, known, loved, and chosen. You are not delayed. You've been prepared. Your freedom is sheer. Your healing is on the way. Your provision is coming. Your dream is resurfacing. Walk forward with confidence. Speak with authority. Live like the beloved you are. I am with you. I am for you. I will not leave you or forsake you. This is your moment. Step into it. Resources that used to be scarce and hard to find will suddenly become abundant in your hands. Connections with the right people, which used to be so difficult and forced, are going to happen naturally and with ease. The growth you have been waiting for, the kind that felt so slow and incremental for so long, is about to become rapid and exponential, because acceleration is the reward for the endurance you have shown. You need to know that breakthrough is simply the fruit of your faithfulness, and this harvest is the direct result of your patience. I saw you when you stayed. I watched you when you did not quit. You did not give up, and you did not walk away, even when every emotion in your body told you to run. You kept believing when nothing around you made sense. You kept praying when the heavens seemed silent and brass. You kept trusting when your circumstances screamed that I had abandoned you. And because you stayed, because you endured, and because you held on, you are about to see me move in ways that will make up for every single delay, restore every lost season, and exceed every expectation you have ever had. But listen to me. In this season of acceleration, you must not forget the lessons you learned while you were waiting. Do not forget the intimacy you developed with me in the wilderness. Do not forget the character you built in the darkness. Do not forget the deep dependency on me that grew when you had nothing and no one else to rely on. Because those things are your foundation. Those things are your strength. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing. Super thanks. From $50 to $100. Those things are exactly what will enable you to sustain what I am about to give you. You see, many people pray for increase, but they are not prepared to handle it. Many people ask for promotion, but do not have the character to sustain it. Many people beg for a breakthrough, but are not rooted deeply enough to remain standing when the blessing actually comes. But you are different. You have been prepared by the fire. You have been rooted by the storm. You have been established by the weight. And what I am about to release into your life, you will be able to carry with humility, steward with wisdom, and sustain for the long term. So stay rooted, stay humble, and stay dependent on me, because everything flows from that place. Everything grows from that foundation, and everything is sustained by that connection. I want to address something else that has been weighing on your spirit. There is a conversation you need to have, a truth you need to speak, a boundary you need to set, or a decision you need to make. And you have been putting it off because you are afraid of how the other person will respond. You are afraid they will be hurt, angry, rejecting, or offended. You are afraid the relationship will be damaged, the connection severed, or the peace disturbed. So you have kept quiet, you have swallowed your words, you have shrunk yourself down to keep the peace. You have tolerated what should not be tolerated and accepted what should not be accepted. You have allowed what should not be allowed. And I need you to see that this false peace, this fake harmony, this pretend unity is costing you. Your voice, your identity, your freedom, your joy, and even your health. You are dying inside to keep things comfortable on the outside. You are sacrificing your well-being to avoid confrontation. You are shrinking your soul to maintain a relationship that is draining your life. And I am asking you today to speak up. I am not asking you to be harsh. I am not asking you to be cruel. I am not asking you to attack or demean or destroy anyone. I am asking you to be honest, to say what needs to be said with love and clarity, to set the boundary that needs to be set without guilt or apology, to make the decision that needs to be made without the paralyzing fear of rejection, to honor yourself enough to stop tolerating what dishonors you, to value yourself enough to stop accepting what devalues you, to love yourself enough to stop allowing what harms you. Yes, the other person might be upset. They might not understand. They might accuse you of being selfish or unloving. They might even walk away. But you must understand that their response is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is obedience to what is true. And I am asking you to obey by speaking the truth you have been holding back, by setting the boundary you have been avoiding, by making the decision you have been postponing. When you do this, something is going to break off your life. A weight you have been carrying is going to lift. A fear you have been bowing to is going to lose its power. A pattern you have been repeating is going to come to an end. A cycle you've been trapped in is going to be broken. And you are going to feel a freedom you have not felt in years. You are going to breathe deeper, sleep better, think clearer, and stand taller. And you are going to wonder why you waited so long to do what you knew needed to be done. So do not delay any longer. Have the conversation. Speak the truth, set the boundary, make the decision, and trust that I will handle the outcome. Trust that I will protect what needs to be protected. Trust that I will restore what can be restored. Trust that I will remove what needs to be removed. Trust that I am working for your good even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it looks messy, and even when it seems like everything is falling apart. Sometimes things have to fall apart so they can fall together in the right way. Sometimes relationships have to be shaken so that what is real can remain and what is false can be exposed. Sometimes structures have to be dismantled so that something healthier can be built. Trust the process. Trust my hand. Trust that I know what I am doing. Now, I need to speak to you about warfare because there's a battle happening in the spiritual realm right now, and I need you to be aware of it. You are not just dealing with flesh and blood. You are not just fighting against circumstances or people or your own weaknesses. You are in a spiritual war. And there's an enemy who has been assigned to your life. His job is to steal, kill, and destroy. He has been working overtime to take you out. He has been whispering lies into your thoughts. He has been orchestrating setbacks in your circumstances. He has been planting doubt in your heart and stirring up conflict in your relationships. He has been delaying breakthrough in your situation. And he has been doing it with one goal: to get you to quit, to get you to walk away from me, to get you to give up on the dream, abandon the calling, and forsake the purpose I placed inside you. He knows what you carry. He knows what you are capable of. He knows the threat you pose to his kingdom, and he is terrified of what will happen when you fully step into your identity and authority. So he has launched attack after attack. Financial pressure to make you anxious, relational conflict to make you isolated, physical symptoms to make you weak, mental torment to make you confused, spiritual oppression to make you feel distant from me. He has used every weapon in his arsenal. He has pulled out every strategy in his playbook. He has thrown everything he has at you. And I will be honest, some of his attacks have landed. Some of his lies have taken root. Some of his schemes have worked. You have felt the impact. You have experienced the pain. You have walked through seasons where it felt like you were under siege with no relief in sight. But here is what the enemy did not count on. He did not count on me. He did not count on my faithfulness. He did not count on my power. He did not count on my love for you. He did not count on my commitment to complete what I started in you. He thought if he hit you hard enough, you would break. He thought if he attacked you long enough, you would quit. He thought if he lied to you loud enough, you would believe him, but it was wrong. You are still here. You are still standing. You are still believing. You are still fighting, and that terrifies him because he has thrown everything at you and you are still standing. He has launched his best attacks and you are still here. He has deployed his most effective lies and you still believe my truth. He has tried to isolate you and you are still connected to me. He has tried to destroy you and you are still alive. And now his time is up. Now the tables are turning. Now the battle is shifting because I am stepping into the fight in a way that he cannot withstand. I am releasing my power in a way that he cannot resist. I am moving on your behalf in a way that he cannot stop. Every weapon he has formed against you is being dismantled right now. Every plan he has set in motion is being reversed. Every lie he has whispered is being silenced. Every attack he has launched is being turned into a setup for your promotion. Because I am not just your father, I am your defender, I am your protector, I am your warrior, and noon touches my children without answering to me. So let me speak directly to the forces that have been attacking you. Every spirit of fear that has been tormenting you, your assignment is canceled. Every spirit of anxiety that has been stealing your peace, you are expelled. Every spirit of confusion that has been clouding your mind, you are broken. Every spirit of depression that has been weighing you down, you are cast out. Every spirit of doubt that has been undermining your faith, you are silenced. Every spirit of delay that has been blocking your breakthrough, you are removed. Every spirit of division that has been destroying your relationships, you are bound. Every spirit of poverty that has been limiting your provision, you are shattered. Every spirit of infirmity that has been attacking your health, you are defeated. Every spirit of shame that has been condemning you, you are abolished. I am releasing angels right now to surround you, to protect you, to fight on your behalf. I am dispatching warriors from my throne to take up position around your life. I am sending reinforcements to push back the demonic forces that have been pressing in, and I am declaring that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Not one, not now, not ever. Did you feel that? Something just shifted in the atmosphere around you. The heaviness you were feeling just lifted. The oppression that was pressing down just broke off. The fog that was clouding your thinking just cleared. The weight that was sitting on your chest just dissolved. That was not your imagination. That was the spiritual realm responding to my word. That was demonic forces being expelled. That was oppression being broken. That was captivity being ended. And what just happened is going to manifest in your physical reality in the coming days. You're going to notice a change, a lightness, a clarity, a peace that you have not felt in a long time. Sleep is going to improve. Anxiety is going to decrease. Thoughts are going to clear. Energy is going to return. Hope is going to rise. Faith is going to strengthen. And you are going to know without a doubt that I showed up, that I fought for you, that I kept my promise, that I did not abandon you, that I was with you the whole time, even when you could not feel me, even when you could not see me, even when you wondered if I was paying attention. Now, let me take you to a place of rest. Because I know this has been intense. I know I have been unpacking things that have been buried for years. I know you came into this moment feeling heavy, and I have been addressing issues, exposing lies, breaking chains, releasing truth. So just breathe for a moment. Let your shoulders drop, the jaw unclench. Let the tension release. You are safe here. You are held here. You are loved here. And I am not going to rush you. I'm not going to push you. I am just going to sit with you for a moment and let you feel my presence. You don't have to be strong right now. You don't have to have it all together. You do not have to perform or prove or pretend. Just be, just rest, just receive, because my love for you is not based on your productivity. It is not contingent on your performance. It is not earned by your good behavior. My love is unconditional, unchanging, unshakable, and nothing you do or fail to do will ever change it. I know you have been trying so hard, trying to fix things, trying to control outcomes, trying to manage every detail, trying to keep all the plates spinning, trying to meet everyone's expectations, trying to prove your worth, trying to earn approval, trying to maintain appearances, and you are exhausted, bone deep, exhausted, soul tired, weary in a way that sleep does not fix, and vacations do not resolve. So I am inviting you to stop striving, stop controlling, stop carrying what I never asked you to carry, stop managing what I never assigned you to manage, stop fixing what I am capable of fixing. Give it to me, all of it. The worry, the fear, the responsibility, the pressure, the need to have all the answers, the burden to make everything work, the weight of other people's expectations, the demand to be everything to everyone. Give it to me and let me carry it, because I am strong enough. I am capable enough. I am faithful enough. And I want you to experience what it feels like to live in rest, instead of striving, in peace instead of panic, in trust instead of anxiety. Rest does not mean doing nothing. Rest means trusting me while you do what I ask. It means working from a place of peace instead of fear. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. It means moving forward with confidence instead of anxiety. It means acting from a place of security instead of insecurity. And I am bringing you into that kind of rest right now. You are going to learn to live from a place of trust, a place of surrender, a place of dependence on me, because everything flows from that place. Everything grows from that foundation, and everything is sustained by that connection. Let me speak to your family for a moment, because I know they are on your heart. Your children, your spouse, your parents, your siblings, the ones who know mean the ones who do not, the ones who are thriving and the ones who are struggling, the ones who bring you joy and the ones who bring you pain. You carry them with you everywhere. You pray for them constantly. You worry about them in the quiet moments. You intercede for them even when they do not know it. And sometimes you feel like your prayers are not making any difference. Sometimes you wonder if I am even listening. Sometimes you are tempted to give up hope that anything will ever change. But let me tell you what I am doing in their lives. That child who has walked away from me, I am pursuing them. I have not given up. I have not stopped reaching for them. I am sending people across their path who will speak truth. I am arranging circumstances that will cause them to look up. I am whispering to them in dreams. I am drawing them back even as they run. They are not beyond my reach. They are not too far gone. They are not past the point of redemption. And you are going to see them come home. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not the way you expect. Maybe not according to your timeline. But they are coming back. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep holding on to hope for them because I am working even when you cannot see it. I am moving even when they seem to be running in the opposite direction. And I am faithful to complete what I started in them. That spouse who does not understand you, I am softening their heart. I am opening their eyes to see you the way I see you. I am speaking to them in ways they can hear. I am working on issues in their life that have nothing to do with you, but everything to do with how they treat you. And there is coming a day when they will look at you with tenderness you have not seen in years, when they will value you in ways they have not, when they will pursue you the way you have been longing for, when they will appreciate what they have been taking for granted. Do not give up on them. Do not stop praying for them. Do not let bitterness take root. I have not given up on your marriage. I have not written off your relationship. I am working. Keep trusting, keep believing, keep loving, even when it is not reciprocated. Because love never fails, and the love you are sowing right now is going to produce a harvest that you cannot yet see. That parent who wounded you, I am healing the damage they caused. I am teaching you to honor them without being destroyed by them. I am showing you how to love them from a healthy distance. I am giving you the grace to extend mercy without opening yourself up to be hurt again. And in my perfect timing, either they will change or you will be so whole that their rejection will not have power over you anymore. Either their relationship will be restored or you will have peace about the boundaries you have set. Trust me with that relationship. I know what I am doing. I know what you need. I know what is possible and what is not. And I will guide you through it with wisdom and grace. That sibling who is struggling, I am not done with them. What looks like destruction is actually me breaking up hard ground. What looks like failure is actually me moving what was built on a faulty foundation. What looks like a dead end is actually me directing them to the path they were always meant to walk. I am going to rebuild their life on solid rock. And you're going to see them rise from the ashes stronger than they were before. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep holding on to hope for them. Do not write them off. Do not give up. Do not let what you see in the natural realm determine what you believe about their future. Because their future and it's brighter than what they are currently walking through. I'm going to turn their story around in a way that will shock everyone who counted them out. Your family is not beyond hope. Your family is not too far gone. Your family is not outside my reach. I am moving in their lives right now in ways you cannot see, in places you cannot go, through people you do not know. I am working, and you are going to see the fruit of your prayers. Maybe not in the way you expect, maybe not according to your timeline, but you will see it because I am faithful, and I keep my promises. So keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting, and do not let what you see in the natural shake what you know in the spirit. They are mine, and I do not give up on my children. Let me bring you back to something I mentioned earlier: identity. Because so much of your struggle is rooted in not knowing who you are. You have been defining yourself by your roles, your job, your relationships, your accomplishments, your failures, your mistakes, your successes. But those things are not who you are. They are what you do or what has happened to you. Who you are is something far deeper, far more permanent, far more glorious. You are my child. That is your identity. Not a servant working to earn my approval, not a slave trying to avoid punishment, not an employee hoping to keep your job. A child, a beloved son, a treasured daughter. And that identity does not change based on your performance. It does not fluctuate based on your mood. It does not disappear when you fail. It does not increase when you succeed. It is fixed, it is secure, it is eternal. And when you begin to live from that identity, when you stop trying to earn what you already have, everything changes. You stop striving and start resting. You stop performing and start abiding. You stop proving and start receiving. You stop hiding and start showing up as your true self. And in that place of authenticity, in that place of security, in that place of knowing who you are and whose you are, you discover the power, the peace, the purpose that has been inside you all along. Let me tell you who you are. You were chosen before the foundation of the world. I chose you, not because you were qualified, not because you had potential, not because you had it all together, but because I wanted you. I looked across all of time and all of eternity, and I said, that one. I want that one. You are loved, not for what you do, not for how well you perform, not for how good you are, but because love is who I am and you are mine. My love for you is not a feeling that comes and goes. It is a commitment that never wavers. You are forgiven. Every mistake, every sin, every failure covered by the blood of my Son. Not partially forgiven with a few things held against you. Completely forgiven. Totally forgiven. Forever forgiven. You are redeemed. Bought back from the enemy's hands and brought into my family. Not on probation. Not waiting to see if you will mess up again. Fully adopted. Completely accepted, permanently placed in my household. You are free. No longer a slave to sin, shame, fear, or the opinions of others. Free to be who I created you to be. Free to walk in the calling I gave you. Free to live without the weight of condemnation. You are equipped. I have given you everything you need for life and godliness. Every tool, every resource, every gift, everything necessary to walk out your purpose. You are empowered. My Spirit lives inside you, giving you strength beyond your own, wisdom beyond your understanding, power beyond your ability. You are victorious. Not because you fight perfectly, not because you never stumble, but because I have already won the war and you are on the winning side. That is who you are. Not who you will be if you get your act together. Not who you could be if you try harder. Who you are right now in this moment. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you have done, regardless of where you have been, this is your identity. And when you live from that identity, nothing can shake you. Not failure, not rejection, not disappointment, not loss. Because your identity is not tied to circumstances. It is tied to me, and I do not change. Now I need to speak about legacy, because your life is not just about you. It is about the generations that will come after you. the children who are watching, the people who are connected to your obedience, the future that is being shaped by the decisions you make today. Every choice you make matters. Every word you speak carries weight. Every act of obedience sends ripples into eternity. And there are people who are not born yet who will be impacted by what you do right now. Generations are connected to your faithfulness. Bloodlines are waiting for you to break cycles. Futures are depending on you to stand strong. So do not underestimate the significance of your life. You are not just living for yourself. You are living for the ones who will come after you. The patterns you break, they will not have to fight. The lies you expose, they will not have to believe. The freedom you walk in, they will inherit. The ground you take, they will occupy. You are not just fighting for your own breakthrough. You are fighting for your children's children's children. You are not just praying for your own deliverance. You are praying for generational freedom. You are standing for an entire lineage. And that is an honor, a privilege, a sacred trust. You are a history maker, a cycle breaker, a chain breaker, a generation changer. What you do matters. How you respond matters. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. The stand you take matters. The obedience you walk in matters, not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. So stand strong. Do not quit. Do not give up. Do not let weariness or disappointment cause you to abandon your post. There are people counting on you who do not even know your name yet. There are futures riding on your faithfulness. There are destinies connected to your decisions. Stand, fight, believe, obey, and watch what I do through your life. Not just in your generation, but in every generation that follows. If this message ignites something in you, take one visible step. Leave a short testimony later this week. One sentence about what changed. It will strengthen your faith and encourage someone else. You have been faithful. You have endured. You have stayed. And because of that, acceleration is coming. Receive it. Walk into it. Steward it well. Give glory. Testify. Live boldly. Amen. Now, let me speak to you about multiplication. Because you are entering a season where everything you sow is going to produce exponentially. This is not ordinary return. This is not normal harvest. This is supernatural multiplication. The seeds you have been planting in tears are about to produce a harvest that is 30, 60, 100-fold. The investments you have been making in faith are about to yield returns that exceed your wildest expectations. The sacrifices you have made in obedience are about to be rewarded in ways that will leave you speechless. Because I am a God of abundance, I do not do just enough. I do exceedingly, abundantly above all you could ask or imagine. And I am about to demonstrate that in your life in ways that will be undeniable. If this word resonates, say out loud, I receive it. Don't just listen, receive. In your relationships, that one conversation you have been dreading is going to produce healing that ripples through your entire family. That one act of kindness you show to a stranger is going to change the trajectory of their life in ways you will never fully know on this side of eternity. That one moment of vulnerability you share with a friend is going to deepen that relationship and open doors for them to be vulnerable with you in return, creating a bond that will sustain both of you through the hardest seasons of your lives. One seed sown is going to produce 30 conversations that bring healing, 60 encounters that bring restoration, 100-fold connections that bring life. Watch for it. It is coming. Do one thing right now. Send a message to one person you've been avoiding, even a short "I'm thinking of you," and sow that seed. Do it before this message ends. In your finances, that one act of generosity, even though it feels sacrificial right now, even though it does not make sense on paper, even though your logic is screaming at you to hold on to what you have, is going to open floodgates of provision. That one tithe you give faithfully, even when your bank account says you cannot afford it, even when bills are due and resources are scarce, is going to activate supernatural blessing. That one investment you make in obedience, even though it looks risky from a natural perspective, is going to yield returns that defy every economic principle. One seed sown is going to produce 30 opportunities you never pursued, 60 open doors you never knocked on, 100-fold increase that you never worked for. Resources are going to flow toward you from directions you never expected. Provision is going to show up in forms you never anticipated. Abundance is going to become your new normal. Not because you manipulated it or worked some prosperity formula, but because you honored me with your obedience. And I am honoring you with my abundance. If you feel led, make a faith step today. Even a small sacrificial act of giving, and watch God multiply it. Decide now what that step will be and do it. In your faith, that one step of obedience, even though you cannot see the entire staircase, even though you do not know where it leads, even though fear is screaming at you to stay where it is safe, is going to build confidence that carries you through every future challenge. That one prayer you pray in faith, even though you do not feel anything, even though heaven seems silent, even though circumstances have not changed, is going to move mountains you did not even know existed. That one declaration you speak over your life, even though everything around you contradicts it, even though people think you are delusional, even though your emotions are not aligned with your confession, is going to shift the atmosphere around you. One seed sown is going to produce 30 testimonies of faithfulness, 60 breakthroughs that seemed impossible, 100-fold miracles that will cause people to glorify me. Your faith is going to grow. Your confidence is going to increase. Your boldness is going to multiply. And you are going to become a person who moves in such authority that when you speak, things happen. When you pray, answers come. When you declare, reality shifts. Take paper and pen, write one yes you will speak to God about today, and then text a trusted friend that you've committed to this step. Accountability activates movement. In your calling, that one yes you say to me, even though it interrupts your plans, even though it does not make sense to the people around you, even though it requires you to step out of your comfort zone, is going to position you for impact beyond your wildest imagination. That one platform I give you, even though it feels small, even though you think no one is paying attention, even though you are tempted to compare yourself to people who have bigger audiences, is going to reach people you never knew needed what I put inside you. That one message I give you to share, even though you feel unqualified, even though you think someone else could do it better, even though insecurity whispers that you have nothing valuable to say, is going to set captives free. One seed sown is going to produce 30 changed lives, 60 transformed families, a 100-fold generational impact. The ripple effects of your obedience are going to extend far beyond what you can see or measure. your influence is going to grow. Your impact is going to expand. Your legacy is going to multiply. Not because you are special or talented or uniquely gifted, but because you said yes when I asked. Because you obeyed when it was hard. Because you trusted when you could not see. This is not exaggeration. This is not hype. This is not motivational fluff. This is how my kingdom works. One seed, exponential harvest. One act of faith, multiplied returns. One moment of obedience, compounded blessings. You've been sowing in tears for so long. You've been planting seeds when you could not see any evidence of growth. You've been watering ground that looked barren and dead. You've been faithful when nothing seemed to be happening. But to see every seed, I have been watching every act of faithfulness. I have been recording every moment of obedience, and harvest time is here. Not someday in the distant future. Note eventually when conditions are perfect. Now these seeds you planted 5 years ago when everything in your life was falling apart. Those seeds are about to break through the soil. The prayers you prayed 3 years ago when you were in the darkest season of your life, those prayers are about to be answered in ways that will astound you. The obedience you walked in 1 year ago when it cost you everything, that obedience is about to be rewarded in ways that will vindicate your faithfulness. This is your harvest season. This is your time of reaping. This is your moment of multiplication. But let me give you instruction about this season of harvest. Because how you steward what I am about to release will determine whether the multiplication continues or stops. First, when provision comes, honor me with the first fruits. Do not wait until you have assessed all your needs and calculated all your expenses and figured out what you can afford to give. Give first, off the top, before anything else. Because the first fruits are what consecrate the entire harvest. When you give me the first and the best, you are declaring that I am your source, that everything comes from me, that you trust me to provide for everything else. And when you honor me in that way, I open floodgates that cannot be shut. I release blessing that cannot be contained. I multiply what remains in ways that defy natural law. Second, do not hoard. The temptation when you have experienced scarcity is to grip tightly to whatever comes, to hold on with clenched fists, to protect and preserve and stockpile. But that is the mentality of the wilderness, not the mentality of the promised land. In the wilderness, manna could not be stored because I was teaching my people to depend on me daily. In the promised land, there was abundance that could be stored, but it was meant to be shared. You are transitioning from wilderness to promised land, and the mindset that sustained you in the wilderness will limit you in the promised land. Learn to hold things with open hands. Learn to be generous even in your increase. Learn to give freely because you know that I am the source and the supply never runs out when it flows from me. Third, invest in what I tell you to invest in. Not every opportunity is for me. Not every need is yours to meet. Not every request for your resources is a divine assignment. You need wisdom. You need discernment. You need to know the difference between a God idea and a good idea. And I will give you that wisdom if you ask. When multiplication comes, you will have more options than you have ever had before. More opportunities, more requests, more possibilities. And you cannot say yes to everything. You need to know what I am calling you to invest in, what I am asking you to support, what I am directing you to sow into. So ask me, listen for my voice, wait for my peace, and then move with confidence in the direction I show you. Fourth, remember where you came from. When blessing flows, it is easy to forget the seasons of lack. It is easy to distance yourself from the pain you walk through. It is easy to become disconnected from people who are still in the place you used to be. Do not let that happen. Stay humble, stay grateful, stay compassionate. Remember what it felt like to wonder where the next meal would come from. Remember what it felt like to choose between paying bills and buying groceries. Remember what it felt like to trust me for provision when your bank account said there was nothing left. Because those memories will keep you grounded. Those memories will keep you generous. Those memories will keep you dependent on me even in your increase. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. And here's why this is so important. When you steward multiplication well, when you honor me with your increase, when you remain generous in your abundance, when you invest wisely in what I direct you toward, when you stay humble and grateful and compassionate, the multiplication does not stop. It continues, it compounds, it accelerates. One harvest leads to another. One breakthrough positions you for the next. One blessing creates capacity for more. And you step into a perpetual cycle of sowing and reaping, giving and receiving, pouring out and being filled, blessing others and being blessed. This is the life I designed you for. Not barely getting by, not just enough to survive, abundance that overflows, blessing that spills over, provision that enables you not only to meet your own needs, but to be a source of supply for others. I want you to see something. There are people in your life right now who are barely surviving. They are in the place you used to be. They are fighting battles you used to fight. They are struggling with issues you have overcome. They are tormented by fears you have conquered. And when you step into your season of multiplication, when blessing begins to flow in your life, you are going to become a source of hope for them. Your testimony is going to give them faith. Your breakthrough is going to give them courage. Your provision is going to give them a tangible demonstration that I am real, that I am faithful, that I keep my promises. And some of them are going to receive from your overflow. You are going to be able to help them financially. You are going to be able to encourage them emotionally. You are going to be able to mentor them spiritually. And as you pour into them, as you become a conduit of my blessing in their lives, the multiplication in your life is going to increase even more. Because that is how my kingdom works. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you pour out, the more you are filled. The more you become a channel of blessing, the more blessing flows through you. Now, let me speak to you about the next 30 days because something specific is happening in the spiritual realm, and I want you to be prepared for it. In the next 7 days, you are going to receive confirmation. It might come through a conversation that echoes what I am speaking to you right now. It might come through a scripture that jumps off the page with personal application. It might come through a circumstance that aligns perfectly with what I have been telling you. It might come through a prophetic word from someone who knows nothing about your situation, but speaks directly to it. However it comes, you are going to know without doubt that everything I have spoken over you in this moment is true, that I am real, that I am moving, that I am faithful. Hold on to that confirmation, write it down, return to it when doubt tries to creep back in. In the next 14 days, you are going to face a test. Something is going to happen that will tempt you to go back to old patterns, to react the way you used to react, to believe the lies you used to believe, to handle things the way you have always handled them. But this is not a setback, my child. This is a setup. This test is the gateway to your next level. It is the final exam before your promotion. So when the pressure comes, when the old triggers fire, when the familiar fears rise up, stand your ground. Remember who you are. Remember what I've spoken. Do not react. Respond in faith. Do not retreat. Advance in confidence. Pass this test, because on the other side of it lies the fullness of the promise I have prepared for you. This is practical now. Set a 7-day reminder on your phone to record any confirmation that comes. When you do, write down time, place, and what happened. Build your evidence bank. This is an opportunity. This is a divine appointment to demonstrate that you have changed, that you are not who you used to be, and that the work I am doing inside of you is real. When you pass this test, when you respond differently than you used to, when you choose faith over fear and speak truth instead of agreeing with the lies in your head, you are going to step into a new level of authority. The enemy is going to realize that his old tactics do not work on you anymore. People around you are going to notice that something is different about your spirit, and you are going to gain a confidence in your identity that will carry you through every future challenge. Listen closely, because in the next 21 days, a door is going to open for you. It is not the door you have been knocking on until your knuckles were bruised. It is not the door you expected or planned for, but it is a door that is infinitely better. This door leads to something greater than what you have been asking for. When it opens, you are going to have to make a choice. Will you step through even though it looks different than your plan? Will you trust me enough to walk into the unknown? Will you have the courage to let go of what you thought you wanted in order to receive what I know you need? You must understand that this door is the answer to prayers you have not even prayed yet. It is the provision for needs you do not even know you have yet. It is the divine setup for the future I have been preparing for you. So when it creaks open, do not hesitate. Do not overthink it. Do not let fear or doubt or the loud opinions of others keep you standing on the threshold. Step through. Move forward. Trust that I am leading you into something better than anything you could have orchestrated on your own. In the next 30 days, there is going to be a release. Something you've been holding onto so tightly is going to finally let go. It might be a person who's been taking up space in your heart that was never meant for them. It might be a dream that was born from your own ambition rather than my assignment for your life. It might be a limiting belief about yourself that was formed by trauma rather than my truth. It might even be aversion of yourself that you have simply outgrown. I know that letting go is going to hurt. There's going to be grief. There's going to be a sense of loss. There is going to be mourning for what was or what could have been. But I promise you that on the other side of that release is a freedom you have never experienced. You are making space for something new. You are creating capacity for what I am about to bring. You are creating open hands that are ready to receive. You are going to discover that what you were holding onto so tightly was actually holding you back from everything I wanted to give you. So these next 30 days are critical. Pay attention, stay alert, watch for the confirmation, prepare for the test, look for the door. Be ready for their release, because all of this is orchestrated. All of this is intentional. All of this is part of my master plan to move you from where you are to where I am taking you. Do not miss it. Do not sleep through it. Do not be so distracted by the noise of daily life that you fail to recognize doing right in front of you. Stay connected to me. Stay sensitive to my voice. Stay responsive to my leading and watch what I do in this month. It is going to set the trajectory for the next season of your life. Let me speak on more word about what is breaking off your life right now. Because as you have been listening to these words, things have been shifting in the spiritual realm that you need to understand so you can walk in the full freedom of it. The spirit of poverty that has followed your bloodline for generations just broke. The cycle of lack that has defined your family for as long as anyone can remember just ended with you. The pattern of never having enough, of always struggling, of watching others prosper while you barely survive, that pattern has been shattered. You are entering a season of abundance that will shock you. Provision is going to come from directions you never expected. Opportunities are going to present themselves that you never pursued. Doors are going to open that you never even knocked on. You are going to look back at this moment and know this is when everything changed financially. This is when the curse broke. This is when the blessing began. The spirit of infirmity that has been attacking your health just left. The chronic condition you have been managing is being released right now. The symptoms that have limited you are losing their power. The diagnosis that terrified you, I am reversing it. Your body is responding to my word in this moment. Systems are coming back into alignment. Organs are beginning to function the way I designed them. Pain is subsiding and strength is returning. In the coming days and weeks, you are going to have tangible evidence that I am the God who heals. You are going to notice things improving, symptoms disappearing, energy returning, and strength increasing. And you are going to know that it was me. The spirit of rejection that has been haunting you since childhood just lost its grip on your mind. The wound from being abandoned by people who were supposed to stay is closing right now. The pain from being overlooked when you deserve to be seen is healing. The lie that says you are not wanted, that you are not enough, that you are somehow defective or unlovable, that lie is being uprooted from the deepest part of your soul and replaced with truth. You are wanted. You are desperately wanted. You were intentionally chosen and specifically selected. I did not settle for you. I pursued you. I did not accept you reluctantly. I fought for you. I did not take you in out of obligation. I delighted to call you mine. As that truth sinks deeper into your consciousness, as it moves from your head to your heart, as it becomes not just something you know intellectually, but something you believe experientially, you are going to start showing up differently in every area of your life. In your relationships, you are not going to tolerate being treated poorly anymore. You are not going to beg for scraps of affection from people who should be honored to know you. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. You are not going to settle for connections that drain you just because you are afraid of being alone. You are not going to diminish yourself to make insecure people comfortable because you finally see your value. You finally understand your worth. You finally recognize that you bring something precious to every relationship you enter. And people who cannot see that do not deserve access to the inner chambers of your heart. The spirit of fear that has been paralyzing you just broke. The anxiety that wakes you up at 3 a.m. with racing thoughts and a pounding heart, its power is gone. The panic that grips you when you have to step into unfamiliar situations is being dismantled right now. The terror of the future, the dread of worst-case scenarios, the catastrophic thinking that has kept you small and safe and stuck alophyte is being expelled from your mind and your emotions. You are going to face situations that used to terrify you and discover that the fear is simply not there anymore. You're going to have conversations that you have been avoiding for years and find courage you did not know you possessed. You're going to step into opportunities that would have paralyzed you a month ago and discover that boldness has taken the place of timidity. Confidence has replaced insecurity. Faith has overcome doubt. Fear is not from me. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. I am restoring that sound mind to you right now. The mental torment is ending. The emotional chaos is settling. The spiritual oppression is lifting. You are going to think clearly, feel deeply, and live freely in ways you have not experienced in years, maybe in your entire life. The spirit of confusion that has been clouding your decisions just cleared. The fog that made you second-guess every choice, that paralyzed you with indecision, that left you stuck at every crossroads wondering which direction to go, has lifted. The uncertainty that made simple decisions feel impossible, that turned minor choices into major stress, that kept you awake at night replaying conversations and questioning your own judgment, is being replaced with clarity. You are about to know exactly what to do. Not because you suddenly have all the information, and not because circumstances have become clear, but because my voice is becoming clearer to you. My peace is becoming more recognizable. My leading is becoming more obvious. The path forward is going to become visible. Even when the destination is still hidden, the next step is going to be clear. Even when you cannot see the entire staircase, the decision you need to make is going to settle in your spirit with a certainty that transcends logic and defies your need for complete information. You are going to move with confidence instead of hesitation. You are going to stop second-guessing yourself. You are going to stop seeking validation from everyone around you before you make a move. You are going to stop waiting for perfect clarity before you take action. Because you are learning to recognize my voice. You are learning to follow my peace. You are learning to trust my leading even when it does not make complete sense to your natural mind. The spirit of division that has been tearing apart your relationships just lost its power. The conflict that seemed never ending, the tension that made every interaction exhausting, the misunderstandings that kept building walls between you and the people you love, all of it is being dismantled. Resolution is coming. Not because everyone suddenly sees things your way, and not because people change overnight, but because I am shifting hearts, I am opening eyes, I am softening what has been hardened, I am healing what has been wounded, I am restoring what has been broken. Relationships that seemed beyond repair are about to experience supernatural restoration. People who have been distant are going to draw close. Hearts that have been cold are going to warm. Words that have been harsh are going to soften. Family bonds that have been broken are going to be mended. You are going to have conversations you never thought possible. You are going to experience reconciliation you stopped praying for. You are going to see people change in ways that shock you, not because you manipulated them or finally said the right thing, but because of moving in their hearts. I am working in ways you cannot see. I am doing what only I can do. The spirit of delay that has been blocking your breakthrough just broke. The obstacles that have been in your way for years are being removed. The air tape that has been holding things up is being cut through. The closed doors that would not budge no matter how hard you pushed are swinging wide open. Things that have been stuck for months or years are about to move. Processes that have been delayed are about to accelerate. Answers you've been waiting for are about to come. Approvals you have been seeking are about to be granted. Connections you have been trying to make are about to happen. Opportunities you have been pursuing are about to materialize. You're going to step into what you've been praying for sooner than you thought possible. Not because the timing finally worked out according to your plan, but because this is my time, this is my season, this is my moment to move in your life in ways that will leave no doubt that it was me. Now, let me speak to you about the promises I am making over your life. These are not vague possibilities. These are specific commitments I am sealing right now. I promise you that I will never leave you. Not when you fail, not when you fall, not when you disappoint yourself, not when you feel you've blown it beyond repair. I am not going anywhere. I am anchored to you, committed to you, bonded to you, and nothing you do or fail to do will make me walk away. You could run to the ends of the earth, and I would be there. You could hide in the deepest darkness, and I would find you. You could build walls to keep me out, and I would break through, because my love for you is not conditional. It is not contingent on your performance. It is not dependent on your consistency. My love is a covenant, a binding agreement, an unbreakable promise. And I keep my promises. I promise you that I will provide for every need. Not necessarily every want, not every preference, not every wish, but every legitimate need. Food for your table, shelter over your head, clothing on your back, wisdom for your decisions, strength for your battles, peace for your storms. I know what you need before you ask, and I am already arranging provision. Sometimes it will come in ways you expect, like a paycheck, a gift, or an opportunity. Sometimes it will show up from directions you never saw coming, like an unexpected refund, a stranger's generosity, or a door you did not even know existed. But it will come because I am your provider, Jehovah Jireh, the God who sees and supplies, and I do not fail. I promise you that I will heal every wound, not all at once, not overnight, and not in the timeline you would choose, but layer by layer, season by season, moment by moment. I am healing you. The wounds from childhood, the places where you should have been protected but were hurt, where you should have been nurtured but were neglected, where you should have been celebrated but were criticized. I am touching all of them. The trauma from your past, the events that shaped you in ways you wish they had not, the experiences that left scars you thought would never fade, I am resolving it. The pain from betrayal, the ache of rejection, the sting of abandonment, I am soothing it. The scars from abuse, whether physical or emotional or verbal or spiritual, I am removing them. You might not feel completely whole yet, but you are more whole than you were a year ago. You are more whole than you were a month ago. You are more whole than you were when you started listening to this message. And you will be more whole tomorrow than you are today, because I am the God who heals. And I am healing you. I promise you that I will guide you through every decision. You will know what to do. You will know when to move and when to wait. You will know when to speak and when to be silent. You will know when to hold on and when to let go. You will know when to fight and when to rest. My guidance will not always come in audible voices or burning bushes or miraculous signs. Sometimes it will be a quiet knowing in your spirit. Sometimes it will be a peace that settles when you consider one option and an unrest that warns when you consider another. Sometimes it will be a door that opens effortlessly or a door that remains closed no matter how hard you push. Sometimes it will be wisdom that comes through counsel, through scripture, through circumstances that align. But you will know because I am your shepherd and I lead my sheep. My sheep know my voice, and you are learning to recognize it more clearly every day. I promise you that I will protect you from every attack meant to destroy you. Not from every difficulty, not from every uncomfortable situation, not from every disappointment or setback or challenge, but from every attack that is designed to take you out, to end your story, to destroy your destiny, to derail your purpose. The enemy has plans against you. He has strategies. He has schemes. He has assignments. But I have plans for you that are greater. And my plans trump his plans every single time. You will go through fires that do not burn you. You will walk through floods that do not drown you. You will face battles that do not defeat you. You will encounter opposition that does not stop you. Because I am your shield. I am your fortress. I am your strong tower. I am your hiding place. Nothing penetrates my protection. Nothing breaches my defense. Nothing overcomes my power. You are safe with me. Not from all harm, but from all harm that would end your story before I am finished writing it. I promise you that I will complete what I started in you. The transformation I began is not going to be abandoned halfway through. The calling I placed on your life is not going to be revoked. The destiny I assigned to you is not going to be canceled because you stumbled, because you struggled, or because you took a wrong turn. I do not give up on my children. I do not abandon my work. I do not leave things unfinished. You might have seasons where you feel like you are going backward instead of forward, where it seems like you are losing ground instead of gaining it, where you wonder if you will ever become the person I called you to be. But you are not going backward. You are being refined, and refinement is part of the process. I started a good work in you, and I will complete it. I will bring it to completion. I will finish what I started because I finish what I start. I complete what I begin. I fulfill what I promise. I promise to transform you into the image of my Son, and that promise will be kept. I promise you that I will work everything together for your good. Not everything is good. Some things are evil. Some things are destructive. Some things are painful and wrong and never should have happened. But I can take even the worst things and weave them into a story of redemption. That betrayal that almost destroyed you, I am going to use it for good. That loss that broke your heart, I am going to turn it into a testimony. That failure that humiliated you, I am going to transform it into a platform. That abuse you endured, I'm going to redeem it. That rejection you experienced, I'm going to reverse it. That season of darkness you walk through, I am going to use it to make you a light for others walking through the same darkness because I specialize in redemption. I am an expert at restoration. I am masterful at taking broken pieces and creating something beautiful. Your life is my canvas, and I am painting a masterpiece. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Every stroke, even the dark ones, even the painful ones, is contributing to the finished work that will display my glory and bring you joy. I promise you that I will give you rest. Not just physical rest, though I will give you that too, but soul rest. The kind of rest that comes from knowing you are held. The kind of rest that allows you to stop striving and start trusting. The kind of rest that lets you breathe without fear, sleep without anxiety, and live without the constant pressure to perform and prove and earn. You have been running for so long, running from your past, running toward your future, running to outpace your shame, running to prove your worth, running to earn love, and I am inviting you to stop. Come to me. Let me carry what you have been carrying. Let me fight what you have been fighting. Let me handle what you have been trying to control. Learn to rest. Learn what it means to work from rest instead of for rest. Learn what it means to move from peace instead of toward peace. Learn what it means to operate from security instead of for security. This is the rest I promised, and this is the rest I am giving you. Not as the world gives, but as only I can give. A rest that is not dependent on circumstances being perfect. A rest that exists in the middle of chaos. A rest that defies logic and transcends understanding. This rest is yours. Receive it. Live in it. Let it transform how you approach everything. I promise you that I will bring justice. Not always in the timing you want, not always in the way you expect, and not always in forms you can recognize immediately. But justice will come. The people who hurt you, I see them. The wrongs done against you, I recorded them. The injustice you have suffered, the unfairness you have experienced, the mistreatment you have endured, I am aware of it all and I will make it right. Sometimes justice looks like vindication, your name being cleared, your reputation being restored, truth being revealed. Sometimes justice looks like your enemies being silenced, their accusations being proven false, their schemes being exposed, their power being broken. Sometimes justice looks like you being so healed that their rejection no longer matters, being so whole that their approval is no longer needed, being so secure that their opinion carries no weight. However it comes, it will come because I am a just God. I am a righteous judge. I settle accounts. I balance scales. I right wrongs. Trust me with justice. Do not take it into your own hands. Do not seek revenge. Do not try to settle scores. Let me handle it, and I will do it better than you ever could. I promise you that I will give you joy, not happiness that depends on circumstances being pleasant, but joy that exists in spite of them. The kind of joy that bubbles up even in the middle of hardship. The kind of joy that makes you laugh when you should be crying. The kind of joy that causes you to dance when you should be defeated. This is the joy of the Lord, and it is your strength. It is not fake positivity. It is not denial of reality. It is not pretending everything is fine when it is not. It is a deep, abiding sense of well-being that comes from knowing me, from being known by me, from being secure in my love and confident in my promises. This joy has been stolen from you. Circumstances have robbed it, pain has drained it, disappointment has crushed it. But I am restoring it right now, not as a feeling that comes and goes, but as a fruit that grows from your connection to me. As you remain in me, as you abide in my love, as you trust in my goodness, even when life is hard, this joy is going to grow. It's going to strengthen. It is going to become unshakable. People are going to look at your life and wonder how you can be joyful in the middle of what you are walking through. You are going to be able to tell them that it is not because everything is perfect, but because you know the one who is perfect, and he is holding you, and that is enough. The spirit of rejection that has haunted you since childhood just lost its grip. The wound from being abandoned is closing. The pain from being overlooked is healing. The lie that you are not wanted is being replaced with truth. You are wanted, you are chosen, you are pursued, you are delighted in. As that truth sinks deeper, you are going to start showing up differently in relationships. You are not going to tolerate being treated poorly anymore. You are not going to beg for scraps of affection. You are not going to settle for people who do not see your value because you finally see it yourself. You finally understand your worth. You finally recognize that you are not lucky to be in relationship with people. They are blessed to be in relationship with you. The spirit of fear that has been paralyzing you just broke. The anxiety that wakes you up in the middle of the night, its power is gone. The panic that grips you in certain situations is being dismantled. The terror of the future is being replaced with confidence. You are going to face the situations that used to terrify you and discover that the fear is not there anymore. You are going to have conversations you have been avoiding and find courage you did not know you had. You are going to step into opportunities that would have paralyzed you before and discover that boldness has taken the place of timidity because fear is not from me. I am expelling every spirit of fear from your life right now. The spirit of confusion that has been clouding your decisions just cleared. The fog that made you second-guess everything has lifted. The uncertainty that paralyzed you is being replaced with clarity. You are about to know exactly what to do. The path forward is going to become obvious. The next steps are going to be clear. The decisions that have been tormenting you are going to resolve themselves. You are going to move with confidence instead of hesitation, with boldness instead of fear, with certainty instead of doubt. Something real just happened. This was not just a nice message. This was a divine encounter. This was a Kairos moment. This was me intervening in your life in a way that changes everything. In the coming days, you're going to see evidence of it everywhere you look. In your circumstances, in your emotions, in your relationships, in your health, in your finances, in your clarity, things are going to shift. When they do, you are going to remember this moment. You are going to know that this is when it happened. This is when the tide turned. This is when the breakthrough came. This is when freedom was released. This is when everything changed. Now, I want to give you some final instructions before I release you, because receiving is one thing, but walking it out is another. I want to make sure you know how to steward what you have received here. First, write down what you heard. Do not trust your memory. The enemy will try to make you forget. Circumstances will try to make you doubt. Time will try to make it fade. So write it down. Journal what you felt. Record what shifted. Document the promises I spoke. Return to those words when you need to remember. When doubt comes, read what you wrote. When fear rises, rehearse what I said. When the enemy tries to convince you it was not real, go back to the evidence. Let your own testimony strengthen your faith. Second, tell someone. Not everyone, but someone. Find a trusted friend, a mentor, a prayer partner, someone who will celebrate with you, someone who will hold you accountable, someone who will remind you of what happened here when you start to forget. Your testimony is powerful, and speaking it out loud will strengthen your own faith even as it encourages others. Do not keep this to yourself. Share it. Declare it. Let your story be evidence that I still move, I still speak, and I still transform lives. Third, take immediate action on what I showed you. Do not delay. Do not wait until you feel ready. Do not put off until tomorrow what I have asked you to do today. Have the conversation I told you to have. Set the boundary I told you to set. Make the decision I told you to make. Forgive the person I told you to forgive. Release what I told you to release. Take the step I told you to take. Obedience delayed is obedience denied. I need you to move quickly on what I have spoken, not because I am impatient, but because momentum matters. The courage you feel right now is a grace for this moment. Act on it before fear has a chance to talk you out of it. Fourth, protect your peace. The enemy is going to send people, situations, and thoughts to disturb what you received here. Do not let him. Guard your heart, guard your mind. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Guard your mouth. When negative thoughts come, replace them with truth. When toxic people try to pull you back, set boundaries. When circumstances try to steal your joy, worship. Choose peace. Fight for peace. Protect peace. Because peace is not the absence of trouble, peace is the presence of my spirit. I am giving you peace that transcends understanding, peace that does not make sense given your circumstances, peace that defies logic, peace that is not dependent on everything being okay. This supernatural peace is yours, but you have to protect it. Fifth, stay connected to me. This cannot be a one-time experience. This must become a daily reality. Talk to me every morning, not out of obligation, but out of hunger. Read my word every day, not to check a box, but to hear my voice. Worship me regularly, not just on Sundays, but throughout your week. Pray without ceasing. Not formal religious prayers, but ongoing conversation with me. Our relationship is not an event. It is a lifestyle. It is not a moment, it's but a continual abiding. The more time you spend with me, the more you become like me. The more you know my voice, the more you recognize my leading, the more you walk in my power. Sixth, find community. You were not designed to walk this journey alone. You need people, not perfect people, but faithful people. People who are going where you are going. People who believe what you believe. People who will speak life when you are struggling. People who will pray with you when you are weak. People who will fight for you when you are under attack. People who will celebrate with you when breakthrough comes. Iron sharpens iron, and you need that sharpening. You need that encouragement. You need that accountability. So find your people, connect with a church, join a small group, get involved. Stop isolating because isolation makes you vulnerable, but community makes you strong. Seventh, keep sowing. Do not stop being generous just because provision came. Do not stop being kind just because people were unkind to you. Do not stop forgiving just because someone hurt you again. Do not stop loving just because you were rejected. Keep sowing, keep giving, keep loving, keep forgiving, keep serving, keep believing the best because you reap what you sow. If you want to keep reaping, you have to keep sowing. Generosity is not a one-time act. It is a lifestyle. Kindness is not a response to how others treat you. It is an overflow of who you are. Love is not conditional. It is a choice. Keep sowing and watch what grows from the seeds you plant. Let me paint one final picture for you. I want you to see yourself 5 years from now. You are standing in a place you never imagined, living a life you could not have designed, walking in freedom you did not know was possible, operating in authority that seemed unreachable, making an impact you never dreamed of. You look back at this moment, this exact moment, and you realize this was the turning point. This was when everything changed. This was when you chose to believe me over your circumstances. This was when you decided to trust me over your feelings. This was when you said yes to a future you could not see but knew was real because I promised it. That future is not fantasy. It is prophetic reality. Every step you take in obedience from this moment forward brings you closer to it. Every act of faith moves you toward it. Every choice to trust accelerates your arrival. So do not waste the next season. Do not go back to business as usual. Something significant happened here. Honor it by living differently. You are not who you were when you started listening to this message. Something shifted. Something broke. Something opened. You have been changed, and you cannot go back to who you were before. Do not even try. That version of you served its purpose, but it is time to let it go and embrace who you are becoming. In the coming days, you will be tempted to doubt what happened here. The enemy will whisper that it was just an emotion, that it was not real, that nothing actually changed. Do not believe him. What happened here was real. The chains that broke are really broken. The healing that began is really happening. The promises I spoke are really going to manifest. Hold on to this moment. Remember how you felt. Remember what you heard. Remember the shift that happened in your spirit. When doubt comes, return here. Let these words anchor you. When storms come, and the storms will come, I am not going to lie to you, you will be ready. Walking with me does not mean life suddenly becomes easy. It means you have someone walking with you through hard things. It means you have power to overcome what used to defeat you. It means you have hope when circumstances say there is none. It means you are never alone, never abandoned, never without help. The storms will come, but you are going to stand in them. When they pass, you will still be here, stronger, wiser, more rooted, more confident in me, more certain of who you are, more secure in your identity, more established in your purpose. You are going to help others stand who are going through what you went through. That is why you had to go through what you went through. Not as punishment, not as payback, but as preparation. I was equipping you with compassion. I was giving you credibility. I was building in you an authenticity that cannot be faked. Now I'm going to use everything you survived to help others survive. You are going to meet someone in the coming months who is exactly where you used to be. Hopeless, broken, ready to give up. You're going to look at them and recognize yourself. You're going to see the pain in their eyes because you remember having that same pain. Something is going to rise up inside you. You're going to open your mouth and share your story. Not a polished version, but the raw, honest, this is what I walk through version. As you speak, something is going to break in them. Hope is going to ignite. Faith is going to awaken. They are going to realize that if God did it for you, He can do it for them. That is your calling. That is your ministry. That is your assignment. One broken person, pointing another broken person to the one who makes us whole. Now, let me bring you to the close of this journey. You came into this moment carrying weight that was crushing you. I have been systematically removing it lie by lie, chain by chain, burden by burden. Now you are lighter, you are freer, you are more hopeful, you are more alive, you are ready to step into what is next. So here's what I want you to do. When you finish listening to this, do not immediately go back to the noise. Do not scroll. Do not distract yourself. Sit in the quiet for a few more minutes. Let everything I said settle. Let the truth sink deep. Let the reality of what just happened register in your spirit. Then, when you are ready, stand up, not just physically but spiritually. Stand up in your identity. Stand up in your authority. Stand up in your purpose and start walking forward one step at a time. Trusting that I am leading you, believing that I am with you, knowing that you are not alone, You are going to help people you have not met yet. You are going to experience breakthrough in areas where you have been stuck for years. You're going to see provision that you did not work for. You are going to experience healing that doctors cannot explain. You are going to reconcile with someone you thought you would never speak to again. You are going to step into a level of spiritual authority you have never walked in before. These things are not maybes, they are certainties. They are prophetic declarations over your life. Write them down, remember them, watch for them when they manifest. Give me the glory. Tell people what I did. Share your testimony. Let your life be evidence that I am real, that I am faithful, and that I keep my promises. This is your moment. Do not miss it. Do not shrink back. Do not let fear or doubt or the enemy's lies keep you from moving forward. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you feel. You are more capable than you realize because I am in you. I am with you. I am for you. Nothing can stand against us. You are mine. I am yours. Nothing will separate us. Not fear, not failure, not distance, not doubt, not hell itself. You are held in my hand, covered by my love, secured in my promises. You are walking into the greatest season of your life, a season of breakthrough, a season of favor, a season of restoration, a season of joy. I am so proud of you for staying, for fighting, for believing, for trusting. You have not given up. Because of that, you are about to see everything I have been preparing behind the scenes. Look at how far you have come. Not just in the time you have been listening to this message, but in your entire journey. The mountains you have climbed, the valleys you have walked through, the battles you have fought, the losses you have endured, the heartbreaks you have survived, the disappointments you have overcome. You are still here. You are still standing. You are still believing. That is a testimony in itself. That is proof of my faithfulness. That is evidence of my sustaining grace. You could have quit 100 times. You had every reason to walk away. The pain was real. The struggle was legitimate. The exhaustion was overwhelming. But you stayed. You pressed through. You held on. I held you through it all. Even when you could not feel me. Even when you could not seem. Even when you wondered if I was there at all, I was there carrying you, sustaining you, keeping you from falling. I brought you to this moment, this turning point, this place of decision, this threshold of breakthrough. Now I am asking you to keep going, to not stop now, to not give up when you are this close, to not let go when the promise is within reach. What is ahead is worth everything you have walked through to get here. The best days of your life are not behind you. They are ahead of you. The greatest victories you will ever experience have not happened yet. The deepest joy you will ever know is still coming. The most significant impact you will ever make is still in your future. It all starts now with this moment, with this decision, with this choice to believe me one more time, to trust me one more day, to take one more step forward. This is not the end. This is the beginning. You are seen, you are known, you are loved, you are mine, forever and always. Before you go, share this message with someone right now who needs to hear it. And if you want more words like this, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss what God wants to speak over your life next. Let's spread this harvest. If this message touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear these words today. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss what God wants to speak over your life. Your breakthrough is coming. Your season is changing. Your story is not over. Keep believing, keep trusting, keep moving forward. The best is yet to come. Everything you have been waiting for is about to manifest in ways that will leave you speechless. This is your time. This is your season. This is your glorious moment to step into destiny. Amen.